from Costa Rica. This is the backyard. It's quite a jungle back here, don't you think? This is the potrero. That's Spanish for pasture. That's where the horses come. Right there, you might see them. It's time for them to come. I'm just going to move this up. So I brought you out here today because it's 12 o'clock. And this is noon in winter time in Costa Rica. You can hear the birds. You might hear some monkeys in the jungle. This is my backyard every day. Pretty cool. I also want to read you a story. It's one of my favorite stories of all time since I was a little kid. It's called The Talking Turnip. So this is Storytime with Aunt Jessie, all the way from Costa Rica. Is that awesome or what? This book is by Anne Rose, and Paul Galdon drew the pictures. The person who draws the pictures is called the illustrator, and the person who writes the words is called the author. Isn't that cool? Alright, here we go. This is The Talking Turnip. Back then, when strange things still happened, a little old woman lived in a little old house deep in the woods. But it looks kind of like here, huh? Not so jungly. One day she went to cook some soup. Into a big pot of water she threw beans and bones and onions and carrots and salt. Bones. What that's there about that one. While she was stirring the soup, a turnip spoke up. "Don't throw me into that boiling water. Leave me alone." There he is, talking. She's making soup. It's a grumpy old turnip. Look at the cat. Cat's like, "What up, talking turnip?" "Who said that?" the woman asked, looking at her dog. "That wasn't the dog talking," the cat said. "It was the turnip. Let it be." Now the cat talks too. The woman was amazed. Her cat had never spoken before. Now the turnip and the cat both talked back to her. Never, never, never talk back. She grabbed her cooking spoon to whack the cat. Ooh. Biggie stick, kitty. "Put me down," said the spoon. "What?" cried the old woman, and she dropped the spoon on the floor. See, everything's talking to her now. "Pick up that spoon," the floor said. The woman was frightened. She ran out of the house to tell the king. Well, who else really are you going to tell when your floor is talking to you? On the road, she met a woodchopper with an axe over his shoulder. From the king to the king. "What's your hurry?" asked the woodchopper. The old woman answered, "While I was stirring my soup, the turnip said to leave it alone. I asked my dog about it, and the cat said let it be. When I whacked at her with my cooking spoon, the spoon said put me down. And when the spoon dropped on the floor said pick up that spoon. So I ran." And there's her memory of what happened. Do you remember it that way too? I do. "Is that all?" asked the woodchopper. "Did she pick it up?" asked the axe. The woodchopper was amazed. "What?" he hollered as he flung his axe down. He ran off with the old woman to tell the king. This is an amazing story. Around the corner they met a boy taking 2 geese to market. "What's your hurry?" asked the boy. "Well, While I was stirring my soup, my turnip said to leave it alone, the woman explained. Then my cat said to let the turnip be, and my cooking spoon said put me down. And then the floor said pick up that spoon. And then my axe said, did she pick it up? The woodchopper added. Oh, is that all? Asked the boy. Is that why you both are running? Then the goose said, if that happened to you, you'd run too. Wah! The boy was amazed. What? He shouted, and he let his geese fly. The boy ran off with the woodchopper and the old woman to tell the king. The woman, the woodchopper, and the boy came to the castle on the hill. Oh, it's a magnificently beautiful castle. Look how beautiful. It's where the king lives. The king sat on his throne and listened to his people's troubles all day long, and he tried to help them solve their problems. There he is, the king, very nice king, to help his people. At last, it was their turn to speak, and the old woman started. I went to cook some soup, and everything started talking to me. My turnip said to leave it alone. Then my cat said to let the turnip be. When I whacked at her with my cooking spoon, the spoon said put me down. And when the spoon fell on the floor said pick it up. The woodchopper continued. And then my axe said, did she pick it up? And then, said the little boy, my geese said, if that happened to you, you'd run too. There they are, they're explaining the story. Just exactly how it happened. But the king says, now, that is a really unbelievable story. You should get back to work before I punish you for taking up my time with such lies. So the old woman, the woodchopper, and the little boy all went home. Sad. The king didn't understand. He didn't get it. And as the king sat, lost in thought, head bent under his splendid crown, he thought, what nonsense! Foolish people, making up such lies. Troublemakers, indeed. Who ever heard of a talking turnip? Said the king's crown. Dum da da dum! The king's crown! Anyways, I love that story, and I hope you did too. It's just one of my favorite stories of all time. It's called Talking Turnip, and maybe you can get this book too someday. I would really love it if you could read a story from me on the video sometime. Wouldn't that be great? And maybe I can see inside your house or your room or something that you're doing. Just a little video to say hi to Aunt Jessie in the middle of Costa Rica. I love you so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Give me some back so I can catch them. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Kisses. Got him. Put him in my pocket. Later. Pocket. I love you. I miss you.